And we welcome you to Baseball Night in America. We welcome you again to an opening night game between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tonight, the two Chicago Cubs will take on the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates in an opening day matchup of the greatest teams league. If you weren't here last night, we debuted in a bang the Reds of 1975 and it was the 2000. It was a 2019 Houston Astros. Fantastic game. You should go back and watch it. It was a great matchup. Some great stuff going on. I'm hoping for tonight to be the same and I think ball's not going to have good traction. Probably have some rain in the forecast. Singles will only be a 1 to 12. Home runs will be a 1 to 10. On the mound for the Pirates is Steve Blass. On the mound for the Chicago Cubs will be John Lester. For the Pirates defensively, it's Stargell, Kleins, and Clemente. It's Hepner, Hernandez, Cash, Robertson, Sanguin behind the plate, and on the mound is Steve Blass. I kind of went with their pitcher as the lineup to go with this evening. So hopefully that will work out for those who come in and want to watch the game. Uh, I'll get to the Pirate lineup when they come up. So the Cub lineup will be Dexter Fowler, followed by Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo at first, Ben Zobrist in left, Javi Baez at second, William Contreras behind the plate, J. Kidd, Jason Hayward at right, Anderson Russell at short, and John Lester is your shortstop, is your pitcher. We welcome you to Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Let's play ball in the greatest teams league. Fowler will lead off. Steve Blass on the mound. Looks in. Blass on the season was 15-8, 2.85 ERA. Blass looks in, gets the sign, and the pitch to Fowler. And that's going to be a base hit left field for Dexter Fowler. So Fowler is on. And now here is Chris Bryant. Bryant, 292 hitter, 39 home runs, 102 runs batted in. Target blast from the stretch in the pitch. And that's going to be a walk to Blast. And all of a sudden, the Cubs got two on and nobody out. Here's the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo steps in, 2 on, nobody out. Sanguin behind the plate sets up the sign. Steve Blass in early trouble here in Pittsburgh. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Rizzo. And Rizzo, deep drive, the left center field. Back goes Kleins, way back. And this ball is gone. So 3-run homer in the top half of the first inning, and the Cubs jump on top 3-0. Oh, doctor, 3-0 Chicago. They jump on top, and now here's Ben Zobrist. He's a switch hitter. He'll bat for the left-hand side. Sanguin sets the target. Blast in early trouble. Here's a pitch to Zobrist. And that's going to be a drive to right field. Back goes Clemente. Back and makes the catch for the Baez. Right-handed. Javi's a right-handed hitter. He's a youngster in this lineup. Blast with the windup. Here's the pitch to Javi Baez. And Baez a drive base hit. So Baez is on. Again, adding to the Pittsburgh inning. And now here's Wilson Contreras. I believe that is Wilson, if I'm correct. Yeah, Wilson Contreras hit 282 on the season, 12 homers, 35 RBIs. Sanguin sets the target, and that's a double play ball. Hernandez, Cash back to first, double play. Cubs get 3. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Cubs 3, Pirates nothing. Batting for the Buccos will be Dave Cash, followed by Gene Kleins, Roberto Clemente in right, Willie Stargell in left, Bill Robertson at first, Manny Sanguin behind the plate, Richie Hepner at third, Hernandez at short, and Blass batting ninth and pitching. For the Cubs, Zobrist, Fowler, Hayward, Bryant, Russell, Baez, Rizzo, Contreras, and then Lester. Pirates can run. This will be their opportunity. Didn't realize Lester was a +8, but wanted to use their normal rotation. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester looks in the windup to pitch to Dave Cash. And Cash hits a shot in the gap, left center field off the wall. Dave Cash will go to second and stays there. Good start for Pittsburgh. Cash with a leadoff double. So now here's Gene Kleins. He's a 308 hitter, 1 home run, 24 runs batted in. Great hitter versus left-handed pitching. Contreras puts down the pitch. And that's going to be who it hit him, and he will be gone. Gene Kleins will come off the field. They'll escort him out, and they'll probably get him off the x-ray. And we hope Gene Kleins will be okay. And boy, that is a rough injury to say the least. So Gene Kleins on this team was a 4 in center. So we're just going to go ahead and put Al Oliver there. You're not losing anything defensively. They're both 4s. So Al Oliver will run it in first base. Injuries in this league are just for game only. So he'll be back. First and second, nobody out. Here's Bobby. Roberto Clemente, 341 hitter, 13 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester from the stretch. And that's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded for Buccos. And here we go. Here's Willie Pop Stargell. Pop's a 295 hitter, 48 home runs, 125 big RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Boy, he loves right-handed pitching more. This will be an interesting matchup. Lester from the stretch, bases loaded, nobody out to pitch the Pops. And not going to get it. Cash will score. Here comes Oliver. They will hold Clemente at third, and the Buccos are back in this game. It's 3-2. The Willie Stargell knocks in 2 with a double. So now here's Billy Robertson, 271 hitter, 26 home runs, 72 runs batted in. Contreras sets the target. Lester from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be a drive to deep left field. This could be trouble. Back goes Zobrist. Way back. It's gone for Billy Robinson or Bob Robertson. Pirates lead it 5-3. A 5-run first inning for the Buccos. Pirates are back in this. And now here's Manny Sanguin. 319 hitters, 7 home runs, 81 RBIs. Already Lester is considered tired. So they'll be looking for some long relief possibly. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester with the windup and pitch to Sanguin. And Russell stops, throws, got him. That's a big first out of the inning. And here's Richie Hepner. So here's Hepner, left-handed hitter, against the left-handed Lester. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester from the windup and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Lester, and there's 2 outs. Here is Jackie Hernandez. Hernandez bats, right-handed bat. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester with the windup and pitch to Hernandez. Ground ball is short. Russell throws him out. 3 up. Pirates come back with 5. 1 inning of play. So Al Oliver will come in and play center field. And let's see what will happen here. Steve Blass will now come back out. Ball game here. 5-3 Pirates at the end of 1. Blass looks in. Jason Hayward to bat. 230 hitters, 7 home runs, 49 ribbies. Blass with the windup, pitch to Hayward. And that's a struck him out, 1 away. Got him on the inside corner, 1 away. Here's Addison Russell. 295 RBIs from a shortstop. Blass looks in, gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's a pop-up behind the plate. Sanguin's a 2-2, makes the catch. And there's 2 quick outs. And here is John Lester. 2 outs for Lester. Blass looks in, windup, and the pitch to Lester. And Lester, no, caught by Cash. Makes the catch, and the side's retired. Cubs go 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 5-3 Pittsburgh. So now they're not much of a hitter. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Cash, and then Oliver to bat against Lester. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester looks in the windup to Steve Blass, and he struck him out. Oof, another looking called there. Oh no, a base hit because that was the fatigue dot on Lester. So Blass does get the fatigue hit. So now here's Cash. He's 1-for-1 with a double. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cash. Zobrist is there, makes the catch. Blast holds one away. Here's Oliver. Oliver, first at bat of the season, came in as a replacement for Gene Kleins, a 282 hitter, 14 home runs. Lester from the stretch and the pitch. Lefty matchup. Fly ball to left field. Zobrist is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's Bobby Clemente. He walked his first time up and scored. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be ground ball to third. Brian through 2 here in Pittsburgh. Steel City. 5-3 Pirates going to the third. Dexter Fowler will bat, followed by Bryant and Rizzo to bat for the Cubs in the third against Steve Blass. Blass looks in, gets the sign. Fowler 1-for-1, run scored. Here's the pitch. And struck him out. Big strikeout for Steve Blass, his second of the ball game. And here's Chris Bryant. Again, he scored a run also. Blass wind up and pitch to Bryant. And that's a pop to short. Hernandez is there. Makes Anthony Rizzo a big bomb his first time up to give the Cubs a 3-0 lead. Blass looks in and the lineup to Rizzo. And base hit Rizzo. 2-out hit for Rizzo. Here's Zobrist. So the Cubs now have the tying runner on. Sanguillen sets. Blast from the stretch. Pitch to Zobrist. And that's a ground ball to short. Hit at Hernandez. Comes up and no, he does not get the play. That's going to be an E6. E6 on Hernandez, and the Cubs got 2 on and 2. He's 1-for-1. Sanguillen sets the target. Blast looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Baez. And that's going to be a ground ball to short again. Hernandez got it. Does he make this one? He does. Good play by Hernandez. And the side is retired. Cubs strand 2. It's 5-3 Pirates. Going to the bottom of the third. We are family. Willie Stargell, 1-for-1, a double his first time up. He drove in 2 runs with a double. Contreras puts down the sign. Lefty matchup. And a walk to Stargell. So he's on base. Here is Bob Robertson. 1-for-1, had the big smoking home run to give the Buccos that 5 spot in the first. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester from the stretch. Pitch to Robertson. And a walk to Robertson. And the Pirates got 2 on, nobody out for Sanguillen. And now we have to look at the Chicago team and see if they have somebody in reserve who can throw in innings. This is what you fear in a season like next. You have an extra body to start. And looking. So they got possibly a 3 Adams on Montgomery, who pitched the last out of the World Series in 2016. He's up in their bullpen, and he'd be the first to come out. So here's Lester, 2 on, nobody out. Lester from the stretch to Manny Sanguillen in the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit center field. Stargell slower than mud, as RJL would say. He'll stop at third. 5-3 Buccos, and the family is at it again. So here's Hepner. Bases loaded, nobody out. 5-3 Buccos. Lester from the stretch. He is struggling. Pitches to Hepner and the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to the left. Zobrist will make the catch. Stargell will make a run in and scores. It's 6-3 Pirates. Runner at first and second with 1 out. Now here is Hernandez. Jackie Contreras puts down the sign. Lester looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And a ground ball double play. Russell, Baez, Rizzo gets 2. 4-6-6-4-3. Pirates score 1. It's 6-3 Pirates. We go to the fourth. Give me 1 second. Getting a scratch in. Sorry about that. Here is Wilson Contreras. Contreras fouled by Hayward and Russell. Top of the fourth. 6-3 pocket on the mound. He can probably give you some distance, 7 or 8 innings at least. We'll see what he is for right now. After a tough first inning, he's come back. He can give the full 8 almost. Sanguin puts down the sign. Blast with the windup. Here's the pitch to Contreras. Walked him. Contreras is on. Bad start for Blast. 6-3 Pirates in the fourth. Here's the J.A. Kid. He's 0 for 1. Sanguin puts down the sign. Blast from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hayward. Hayward is going to be let's see what that was. I missed a high pop up behind the ball. Collide, and they collide. Makes the one-handed catch. Good catch by Sanguin as he was calling people up, but there was still a collision with one away. Here's Addison Russell. He's 0 for 1. Sanguin sets the target. Blast from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Addison Russell. And line drive. Oh, that cast. Contreras is doubled off. Good job by the Buccos. Line drive double play. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Pirates 6, Cubs 3. All by Cash and Oliver. Contreras put down the target. Lester left-handed to the right-handed pitching Blast. And that's another one, isn't it? He struck him out that time, one away. One big strikeout for Lester. Here's Cash, 1 for 2 with a double. Contreras sets the target. Lester left-handed pitching to Cash, a right-handed hitter in the pitch. That's a ground ball. Cash is going to come up weak, and he'll go out. Holy cow. So Dave Cash is going to be gone to the Pirates for a day injury. So the Pirates running in some injuries. Contreras puts down the sign. Lester with the windup with 2 out. Pitches to Al Oliver. And Oliver sends a drive left center field. Back goes Fowler. Looks up. It is gone. Al Oliver comes in for the injured Gene Kleins and sends this ball out of here. Pirates lead 7-3. Solo homer for Oliver. Here's Clemente. And Lester is lock. Let's look at the Cub lineup, who they have. Lester, I believe, leads off. So he might as well pitch this final inning with 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's the pitch to Clemente. And that's a fly ball to right. Hayward is there, makes the catch. Buccos add 1. Another injury, though. It's 7-3. Pirates going to the 5th. So now they're going to have to bring a second baseman. Usually that would mean Mr. Rennie Stennett. Only 153 at bats. Is he? We go to the legend himself, Bill Mazeroski. Wow, talking about a legend. So, you know what? Better second baseman with more at bats, Gene Alley. So Gene Alley will come in. He'll be the new second baseman. The Cubs will need a pinch hitter here in the top of the 5th inning. Let's go ahead and go to our pinch hitters for Steve Blast, a right-hander. We will go. Let's see, 148, 261. Hopefully there's someone to blow while they have an extra catcher there. Let's see who their extra batter would be. So who is the better of the options? 348, 369. We'll go to Tommy La Stella. Tommy La Stella will bat for the Cubbies here. He'll pinch hit for Lester. Montgomery probably will come in for the Cubs out of the bullpen. Sanguin sets the target. Blast the windup. Here's the pitch to La Stella. Pop, he's a 5 at second. 1 away. What the hell? I must have misread that. My old eyes. Oh, he plays shit. He plays short and third. Oops. All right, let's see. Hepner can play third. Yep. Hernandez can. Okay. So Jackie Hernandez will go to play third base. I think. Or no, let's see. What can I do? Oh, Jesus. All right. So I guess I honestly messed up that one. So let's go to Mazeroski. So Bill Mazeroski will go in and play second base. So Maz comes in on a mistake. So the old man gets in there, and the fans give him a standing ovation. So top of the fifth, one out. Here's Dexter Fowler, 1 for 2, runs scored. Sanguin puts down the sign. Blast looks in. The pitch to Fowler, and Fowler drive the right field. Trouble. Back goes Clemente. Back he goes. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Here's Chris Bryant forward. Sanguin puts down the sign. Blast looks in, and the big leg kick and the windup. And he hits a drive to left field. That's gone. Stargell back, looks up, and out of here. Home run, Chris Bryant. So the Cubs add a run here in the fifth. It's 7-4 Pirates. So Chris Bryant touches them all. 7-4 Pittsburgh. So now it's Anthony Rizzo, 2 for 2 with a home run. Sanguin sets the target. Blast looks in. Here's the pitch to Rizzo. And Rizzo ground ball the second, retire the side. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cubs add one. It's 7-4 Pirates. So then it will be Mike Montgomery. I'm not sure what ever happened to this young man. He'll come in and pitch. It is 7-4 favor of the Buccos. It'll be Stargell, Robertson, and Sanguin against Montgomery. Montgomery looks in, toes the slab. Here is the pitch to Stargell. Stargell struck him out. Good job by Montgomery, one away. Here's Robertson. He's one. Contreras sets the target. Montgomery looks in, the big leg kick and pitch to Robertson. And Robertson, oh, what a play by Addison Russell, 2 away. He dove to his right and made a stab, 2 away. Here is Manny Sanguin. Contreras sets the target. Montgomery looks in, and the windup to Sanguin and walks him. So he's on with 2 outs. And here is Richie Hepner, 0 for 1 with the RBI. Contreras sets the target. Runner on first and 2 outs. And the pitch, and it's deep to right field. Trouble. Fowler and Hayward cannot get it. Goes all the way to the wall. The run will score. Hebner on his way to third, and he digs himself a grave in the third. A big sliding pop-up triple for Richie Hepner. It is now 8-4 Buccos. RBI triple for Hepner. And that, folks, is a triple. That goes under the endangered species of hits in baseball. So triple for Richie Hepner. 8-4 favor the Buccos. So now Jack Montgomery giving up a triple for big RBI for the Bucks. Here's a pitch to Hernandez. And that's going to be a base hit for Hernandez. Hepner scores. Buccos lead 9-4. Big RBI for Hernandez, and the Pirates keep on chugging. And here is Steve Blass. Contreras sets. Montgomery looks in from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be another one. Jesus, base hit. Hernandez will go to third. Blass will stop at first. First and third continues. And now here's a legend. Bill Mazeroski, the fans here in Pittsburgh, opening day, giving this man a standing ovation. Right-handed bat. Hall of Famer. Contreras puts down the sign. Montgomery from the stretch in the pitch. And ground to second. Baez with the play, retires the side. We played 5 here in the Steel City. Pirates 9, Cubs 4. So Zobrist, Baez next. So Blass has already given up 4 runs. Here's a pitch to Zobrist, who's 0 for 2. And Zobrist hit a drive the gap. Oliver comes in for it, puts the glove down and makes the diving catch. Good catch for Oliver. So 1 away. Here's Javi Baez. He's 1 for 2. Pirates out hitting the Cubs 9-5. Pirates with a lone error. Sanguin sets the target. Blast looks in. The windup pitch to Baez. Walks him. So Baez is on. Now here is Wilson. Sanguin puts the sign down from the stretches. Blast. 5-run lead. Here's the pitch to Contreras. And that's a strikeout for Blast. Good job. That is strikeout number 3 with the 3 walks. And now here's the J. Hay kid, who's 0 for 2. Sanguin sets. Blast working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to the J. Hay kid. And it's a pop-up behind the plate. Sanguin gets it. Does he make it? Yes, he does. Good play. Throws the first, retires aside. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Pirates 9, Cubs 4. 5, 9, and 1 for the Bucks. Last of the six here in Three Rivers Stadium. Al Oliver, who homered his last time up, followed by Clemente and Stargell against Montgomery. Probably the last inning for Montgomery, as the Cubs pitcher will probably bat in the seventh. Contreras puts down the sign. Montgomery with the windup and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Oliver. Good job by Montgomery, his second in the ball game. Contreras puts down the sign. Montgomery looks in. The big windup to Bobby Clemente. And Bobby Clemente, fly ball left field. Zobrist is there and Stargell. So here's Stargell with all that power versus righties. 2 outs. Montgomery looks in and the windup to Pops. And that's going to be a walk to Stargell, and there's 2-out walk. Here is Bob Robertson. He had the big home run in the first inning to culminate that 5-run first. Contreras puts down the sign. Montgomery from the stretch. The pitch to Robertson. And that's a ground ball down the first. Rizzo's got it. Gold glove. And Anthony Rizzo could not make the play. And the Buccos got first and second with 2 outs. First error of the ball game goes to Rizzo. And now here's Manny. Second. Does he make the play? No, it's going to be something. It's going to be crossed him up. It's a wild pitch. Second and third, 2 outs. 9-4 Bucks. And here's Sanguin. Sanguin right now. So let's see. Walk the plank here in the sixth. 9-4 Pirates. Hey, 5. Here's Hepner. 1 triple. Contreras puts down the sign. Montgomery just trying to last this inning. Here's the pitch to Hepner. And that's a strikeout for Stranding. Chicago 4. 9, and 1 for Pittsburgh. And the Cubbies are 4, 5, and 1 going to the top of the 7th. Addison Russell will be followed by Montgomery. Steve Blast will stay out on the target. Blast with the windup pitch to Russell. And ground ball to third. Hepner's got it. Throws him out. 1 out in the 7th. And that's a pinch hitter. Let's see who we'll go with here. Let's go with, as they say, we'll go to Jorge Solar. He came up in the Cubs organization. So Sanguin sets the target. Blast with the windup and pitch to Solar. Ground ball to second. Mazurowski with the play, and there's 2 outs. Here's Dexter Fowler, 1 for 3 with the run scored. Sanguin sets the target. Blast with the windup and the pitch to Fowler. And a struck him out. 7th inning stretch here in Pittsburgh. 9-4 Pirates. So let's see who the new pitcher will be. Should it be, 2. So we'll go to Trevor Cahill here. So Cahill will be the new pitcher for the Cubs. Top, bottom 7, 9, 9, and 1 for the Pirates. 4, 5, and 1 for the Cubbies. Dwayne Marks, how you doing? So we go now to the bottom of 7, 9-4 Pittsburgh. And now it'll be again Hernandez, Blast, and Mazurowski to bat for the Pirates. Trevor Cahill on the mound for the Cubs, who's awful 2 and crap. Cahill looks in, and the windup to Hernandez, and struck him out. Good job by Cahill. That's the first out. And here's Blast, who's 2 for 3. Cahill looks in, gets the sign. Here is a windup, the Blast, and that's a line drive. The third makes the play. 2 outs. Here's Mazeroski. 2 outs in the 7th. Blast batting for himself. Contreras puts down the sign. Cahill nods, and here's the pitch to the legend, Bill Mazeroski. Fouls out behind the plate. Contreras, and we head to the 8th. It's 9-4 Pirates. So Chris Bryant followed by Rizzo and Zobrist against Steve Blast here in the 8th, a 5-run lead. So Sanguillen puts down the sign. Steve Blast looks in. Here's the pitch to him. And that's a walk to Bryant. That is one toward the point of weakness. Here's Rizzo, 2 for 3 of the big bang home run. Sanguillen sets the target. Blast, and that's a ground ball to short. Tough play for Hernandez, and he gets they turn 2. I think he did. It toward the hole to the left, scoops it up. Over the second for 1, back to first, double play. Does turn the 6-4-3. So Hernandez, a 3-E-42. Turns a huge double play. Now here's Zobrist. Zobrist 0 for 3. Sanguillen puts down the sign. Blast with the wind-up pitch to Zobrist. Drive caught by Mazeroski to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pittsburgh leads it 9-4. Trevor Cahill back on the mound for the Cubs in a second inning of work. So far, again, 9-1 for Pittsburgh, 4-5-1 for the Cubbies. Here is Oliver, followed by Clemente and Stargell against Cahill. Contreras puts down the sign. Cahill looks in, and the windup to Oliver. And on base again, here's Clemente, who's 0 for 3 and a run scored. Contreras puts down the sign. Cahill from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. That could be 2. That's Russell. Oh, he could not make the play. E6 on Addison Russell. Pirates now. Second error of the ball game for the Cubbies. First and second, nobody out for Willie Stargell. So Stargell walks up. 2 on, nobody out. Cahill from the stretch and struck him out. Big strikeout for Cahill, 1 away. And now here is Bob Robertson, 1 for 3 and a long home run back in that first inning. Contreras puts down the sign. Cahill from the stretch. First and second, 1 out in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball double play. Russell Baez to first and turns 2. Let's head to the 9th. It's 9-4 Pirates. Going to the 9th, 71 Pirates lead it by the score of 9-4, leading the 2000 action here at Three Rivers Stadium. So now it's going to be Baez, followed by Contreras and Hayward against Steve Blast here in the 9th. Sanguillen sets the target. Blast looks in, and the windup to Baez. Ground ball to second. Mazeroski's got it. Throws to first, and the first out of the 9th inning. Pirate fans on their feet. Big. They're looking for Beatles out there. Pirates look like taking an early 1-0 on the season. These are the 1978 schedules. So this is how the schedule has been broken up. So Contreras will bat, so no interleague play. Blast against Contreras. Blast looks in, and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to second. Mazeroski's got it, goes to first, and there's 2 outs in the 9th. Fans now just hop on their feet. And it's for 3. So Sanguillen puts down the sign. Blast from the windup. Here's the pitch. And base at right field. And again, the Cubs will hang in there. So now here's Addison Russell. Give me 1 second here. So Russell the bat. Do they want to keep Russell? Is he the best option right now? He's a 320. We'll stay with him, although there's some options to go with. So here comes Russell. Runner on first and 2 outs. Sunshine puts down the sign. Blast working from the stretch, and the pitch to Russell. And now a game-saving catch. What a play by Richie Hepner. 1-19 was the extra base hit. Rolled the 20, and Hepner makes a game ball. And that will finish the inning. So the Pittsburgh Pirates win opening day by the score of 9-4, thanks to an unbelievable play by Hepner to Rob, I believe it was Hernandez, to end the game. Let me go ahead and go over the final statistics. 9-4 Buccos. Blasco's 9 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 strikeouts. He gave up 2 home runs. The losing pitcher is going to be Lester. Goes 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. While Montgomery, Cahill both did not look at their best either. So final score again is 9-4 Pittsburgh. Cubs with 3 in the top of the first. Pirates answer real quick with 5 in the bottom of the first. Pirates won more in the 6th. They led 6-3. Then 7-4. Then it was 9-4, and I held off as long as I can. Then I went ahead. So 9-4 Buccos. They'll win this one. So Lester, it's Blast gets the win. Lester takes the loss. Let's go ahead and look at some stuff in our future. Let's get an American League game in. And hopefully we'll be back again here tomorrow. Probably a doubleheader with me being off so I can get a couple more games. Right now I haven't simmed anything. I kind of want to play these games as is. So looking at the schedule, there's some really good ones. Since this is going to be a very good Toronto team, let's go ahead and go to Morris. Let's go. Oh, this is a funky matchup. All right, let's take a look at that real quick. Hang on one second. Yeah, no problem, Ron. I do apologize for that. I know I do have some cutting in and out issues, and could be net, could be stuff like that. So yeah, I do appreciate you saying that. I want to know that in case we can try a way to fix this. Could be net issues, stuff like that. Could be software, but I don't think so. But yeah, I hope that's not a total turn back for people. Hope we do come in and enjoy the game. We're going to watch. We can always, and that would mean Morris and Morris. Toronto plays Detroit. This is the original 1978 schedule. So that would have been Morris and Morris, Toronto and Detroit. So, but let's see what else. You know what? What's a better matchup? J.D. Dutch, if you're around. I've changed the Dodgers from the original choice of 1988, and we're going to go to 2017, where they should have been world champions. But a certain team in Houston. So we'll go to 2017 Dodgers. This is a change. Yu Darvish on the mound, and it'll be Greg Maddux and the 1995 Atlanta Braves. I want to play some American League. Boy, that is a fantastic matchup to get you guys in. Let's play that one for sure. And the other matchup may go out to Cali. We can go Dave Stewart and Ramon Ortiz. That would be the what's the one you want to call that's the Angels of World Champions 2002 and 1980. Now be 1989 Oakland Athletics. So we can see that one too. We'll kind of put that one on the hold and see what happens. We also have Baltimore and Milwaukee, that should be good. Boston, Chicago looks better on paper because that's Porcello and Burley, as that is the 2018 Red Sox and the 2005 Chicago White Sox. A lot of these games are really good, and sooner or later we'll go ahead and sim everything else in. So let's get you back and see if we can find out what's going on with everyone out there. Well, please come back in, Ron. I appreciate you being one of my newbies. Thank you coming in. Hope you watched your Reds last night, played gallantly. So we'll go ahead and set that up for tomorrow. Braves, Dodgers, Maddox versus Darvish. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. And hopefully see you again, as this has been the Sports Time Machine, going through history, 1 year at a time, as we here, right here. Talk to you guys later, and thank you again for showing up. Please like, please subscribe if you're here that have not subscribed yet. Have a good night, everybody.